Woo! What's up, my pilots? Angry Poncho here once again, and we are back playing Minecraft with some redstone. In this episode, we're going to go a little bit crazy, build some fun stuff. Actually going to show you the two different TNT cannons that I've constructed here for your enjoyment. First here is just your standard TNT cannon. It's fairly simple, actually. I don't even feel like I need to explain how to build it because it's only just some blocks on the ground. So the crucial elements are as follows. You gotta have, here at the start, a source block of water. So it has enough space to flow through this channel here. And you place 4 or 5 TNT down here in this channel. And then on the end, this is sort of the barrel here. You can see it's going to fire off that way. Just place a piece of sandstone. That has a dual purpose. Not only does it keep the water from flowing out when the cannon's empty, it also puts this block of TNT above the others, so it tends to fly out and away rather than straight forward. This gives it so that it shoots up at a little bit more of an angle rather than going straight horizontally. And then here we have 2 redstone lines coming from the firing button. And I guess I'll just show you what it does here before we... Yep, that TNT actually went out of view so fast it got unloaded from the chunk because I wasn't close enough to it anymore. Yeah, this cannon's got quite a bit of range on it, but you can see it's a little bit variable. So what happens here when you fire the cannon is you push this button. You got 2 lines that activate. One goes immediately and runs down the side here. That activates all of these TNT down here in the trough. This is called the charge. This is the part of the gun, part of the cannon that actually provides the explosive force which shoots the other piece of TNT, which is called the shot. So you have the charge and the shot. Mega Man style charge shot. And to get the timing right, what you want to happen is, for these TNT here, you want the charge to go off well before the shot. This ensures that the shot has time to go flying off and land on whatever it is you want to blow up. If they were to go off at the exact same time, the cannon would just explode in place, and it wouldn't really be that great. So here, to get the timing right, you have 6 repeaters set to maximum delay. I can make that a little bit longer. Yeah, 6 repeaters set to maximum delay, and that will set off the will actually power the shot in just the right amount of time. I'm gonna try and follow this one. As you can see, I don't really know what the algorithm is here for how Minecraft calculates its physics. It doesn't seem to really match physics as I understand them, but you got 2 things that this cannon, one of 2 things is what this cannon is going to do when it fires. You're either going to get a short shot, which I've actually had go as short as right here, or you're going to get a mid-range shot that lands out here, or you'll get a spectacular shot out here. And if you don't put enough of a delay on your charge, or on your shot rather, it's not going to even get this far. It's going to blow up in the air. So the longer the delay, the more distance you can cover before it explodes. Now the closest explosion here was actually done with a half charge. If you just use less TNT, oops, I kind of need that button now, don't we? If you just use less TNT in the charge, you won't throw the shot as far. There we go. Good demonstration, I think. So why does this work? Why doesn't it just blow up? I mean, it seems like the default for setting off TNT would be that it destroys everything around it. Well, it works on a little bit of a Minecraft quirk, and I'm going to call it the water shield. That's sort of what it's referred to, I think. Basically, when a TNT block is activated, it changes from a block to an entity. And what that means is that water will flow through the square that it's in. So, sort of hard to demonstrate, but if you throw an item down like this, that's an entity. It's not a block. Blocks are fixed. They're attached to whatever it is they're next to, or they're fixed in space, be it hovering or whatever. But entities respond to the rules of physics in Minecraft, like gravity and water flow pushing things, etc., etc. Now, some entities will be moved by water, some won't. all of them, I believe, are affected by gravity. But basically what it means is that once it's primed, you'll see this water block flow into and through the block. Now what that does is, I'm not really sure why it does this or why it works. It's just one of the quirks that Minecraft has. The TNT will explode, but it won't destroy any blocks. However, it will still interact with entities. So if I were to stand right here above it, it's going to shoot me into the air because the player is an entity. So basically, this water shield prevents all the blocks around here from getting destroyed, but it doesn't prevent entities from taking damage from it. So I think if you've got... I'm not sure if these dropped items actually behave like other entities. Yeah, you see it. Jeez, it went flying. I think it actually got destroyed by the explosion. But yeah, so it'll still affect any entities around it. That'll be mobs. There's some strange functional entities in the game. Like I think an extended piston arm is an entity while it's moving, and then it becomes a block again when it's fixed. It's a bit weird. But what you need to understand is that as long as you got water flowing through the trough of that cannon, it's not going to blow itself up. Now, one problem you might encounter is if you accidentally put some TNT up here and it gets lit, or if you charge the shot before you charge the charge, basically you're going to blow this up and it's not going to go flying. And the fact that this is not sitting in any water is going to cause a problem. So if you just fire it without any TNT, without a charge essentially, and just a shot, it's just going to blow itself up. So don't do that. But yeah, the physics here. So the water flows through, and once the shot gets activated, you see it sort of drops away. That's when it becomes an entity. And when the explosion goes off, the physics affect entities like lit TNT, and so off it flies. And so the logical question is here, well, if you've got a TNT cannon and your buddy's got a TNT cannon, who's going to come out ahead? Have you played in any of the... I think it's actually on Vex's Race for the Wool maps that there's resources made available for TNT cannons that I believe have been used to great effect in a few video series people have made. But in general, you're not going to have two of them firing at each other. You're going to be using this to destroy something from afar. And I have to say that it's as neat as a device as it is as a device. It's pretty much useless in single player. I mean, I guess it would be fun if you had just loads of resources. If you had tons of creeper dust and sand, you could just make TNT and shoot TNT off of the top of your mountaintop fortress just to blow up the local fauna and have a good laugh. But you're really not going to accomplish much with it. It's sort of a leisure activity like going sailing or something, or rollerblading. You're not going to get a whole lot of benefit from it. And it does cost a bit to make all this TNT if it's not just given to you. So yeah, here in all the chests next to the cannons, I have TNT for you, as well as the book about whatever it is we're looking at. So the next thing you might think to do is just go retarded on it and point two of them directly at each other. So that's what I've got here. What you're looking at here is the same cannon that's up on top of the platform over here. I actually raised it up just so you'd get more distance on the shot. It's another good idea. And so there's one there, and then just the other half of it is the exact same thing, but facing the other direction. So the question is, what is it going to do? What could possibly? How could this possibly not just go horribly wrong? Well, it's actually rather interesting what happens. Check it out. Great Caesar's ghost! It's freaking awesome, man! Something about the physics here. I think it's because you've got enough TNT on both sides that there's quite a bit of force going into it. And this cannon wants to shoot it that way. This cannon wants to shoot it that way. And the two of them together sort of just shoot it straight up. Sort of meeting in the middle there. And it's just really freaking awesome. And you check out how high these go. I can't even... Yeah, it's... This high, at least, is up here in the particles, yeah. It's way up here, man. What's our height? Foot position is 37 to 38 blocks. So it'll shoot consistently 35 blocks into the air. Just freaking awesome. This design I found online is called the firework cannon, or the fireworks cannon, depending on where you're from. So it's just, again, just this one is definitely just for fun, because you really wouldn't even be able to hit anything with it if it wasn't directly above it. And it can be a bit finicky. I've had this one time not work, and every other time I've fired it, it's gone off in the air. This is another example where you gotta have the long delay on the shot, because if the shot goes off too soon, it's going to be too close to the ground, and that's going to be bad. You obviously don't want it going off right here, because it's going to blow up right in the middle of your cannons. But if you have a nice long delay, it should blow up in the air. I've only once have I had this cannon malfunction, and I don't know if I missed a piece of TNT when I loaded it, or if it was because I had left the world and come back. I haven't been able to replicate it, no matter what I've tried, but it basically fired the same way as usual, except it only went about this high, and it just lobbed right over and landed right about here, and blew up about half of the piston door. So some of this might be slightly different if you download a newer version of the map after the cannons are in here, because I had to rebuild about half of that. But yeah, so there it is. The magic of TNT in Minecraft. And again, this is mostly just for funsies. Everything I've showed you so far prior to this actually has uses, and that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here with the in-house stuff, is that you really can use this stuff in your world, and it makes it cooler and more convenient, or more powerful. It gives you the ability to do things you couldn't otherwise do. The TNT cannons are sort of just for fun. It's like a sport. Wouldn't that be cool if we had like a TNT firing contest? That would be awesome. I want to get on a server that does that. Alright, so that's all I wanted to demonstrate in this video. So I think next time, I don't know what we should do next. I'm looking around at the various different things we can do with Redstone, and I've not yet come to a conclusion as to what would be the next logical step for us to talk about. There are more gates. There are always more logic gates to go through, but I'd like to do some more demonstrations. And I'm thinking maybe you could try something with pistons or something, or maybe minecarts. We haven't done much minecart stuff yet. I guess I know eventually I want to make a switchyard with minecarts to demonstrate that concept. And I know I want to eventually build all the gates I know. Oh, we can do clocks next. Yeah, clocks are pretty cool. You can do interesting stuff with those. Alright. Yeah, so next episode we're going to make clocks. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.